You also need a jar to put your pickled onion in. No, to pickle your onion in. To pickle your onion in. Oh, that sounds good. To pickle your onion in, you need a jar to pickle your onion in. And now we are going to cook some buckwheat. I'm singing So people, I'm going to teach you how to do black bean balls with Hasselback potatoes and pickled onions. Pickled red onions. And we are going to start with the pickled red onion. This is very complicated and you might want to take notes. So to make this pickled red onion, you need 2 red onions and you need sprit. I don't know, this is concentrated vinegar, I guess. And also sugar. Quite a lot of sugar, I think. You also need a jar to put your pickled onion in. No, to pickle your onion in. To pickle your onion in. Oh, that sounds good. To pickle your onion in, you need a jar to pickle your onion in. I'm a poet. So you start by boiling 2 deciliters of water. I don't know how many cups that is, or if there's a cup at all. Let's see. No, it's not fully a cup. And then you have to finely chop the red onion, which is something I need in both hands too. So you have to imagine me going like this. And when the water is boiling, you add 1 deciliter of sugar, which I think is quite excessive, but you do it anyway because the recipe says so. And the onion will bring tears to your eyes. Can you see it? Tears in my eyes. Could it be me crying? It really couldn't. And then you add the onion. Oh, I thought this would be easy, but it's not. This does not work. Fuck. You just add the onion to the jar. Swiftly, nicely, erotically. No, not erotically. Well, you could if you would. And then you add half a deciliter of this sort of concentrated, I don't know the English word for this, concentration of vinegar, I guess. Concentrated vinegar. And then you pour this over those poor red onions. That's it. It's supposed to just be that way, stay that way and cool off. And then it's lovely and positively fantastic. So, ladies and lads, this is pickled red onions made the easy way. I don't know if there is a hard way. Maybe if you cut the onions by hand or something. And now we are going to cook some buckwheat to put in those black bean balls. Black balls. So this recipe calls for 2 deciliters of whole buckwheat. What's really important with buckwheat is that you have to rinse it in first hot water and then in cold water, because it has to lose some residue, I guess. That sort of, I don't think it's making poisonous, but it's not tasty. So I poured some boiling water over it and the water sort of turned red, so I guess something is happening. Now I'm going to rinse it and put some cold water and then I'm going to cook it. This is going to take hours. Rinsing in cold water, singing this stupid song. It sounds like it's a Western song, but I don't know what's going on. I can't even rhyme while cooking, so my neighbors will think I'm mad. For singing in the kitchen is really, really bad. So while I'm here taking up your time, I'm going to show you another tip I've got. So this is a soda bottle and I filled it up with half washing up liquid and half water, and then I'm going to put one of these in. One of these, and then it's really easy to do the washing. You just you do that. That assures you that you don't use too much washing up liquid. Thank you, people. Love me. While that cooks, let's make some Hasselbacks potatis. Hasselback potatoes. So the name Hasselback's potatoes comes from a restaurant here in Stockholm, maybe a hotel, I don't know, it still exists. I think so. Oh, it's a hotel as well. Who did these potatoes. So I mean, Swedes do great things cooking wise. We sort of, well, this is it, I think, that we're sort of famous for. This is a smorgasbord, of course, which isn't that hard to do. What you do with this little potato is that you cut it into thin slices, but not all the way through. That way it's sort of, I don't know, it sort of gets steamed, I guess, because you just cut it, I'll show you. Can you see? Like that. And then I guess you're supposed to brush it in with vegan butter and some breadcrumbs. I'm not sure. I'm going to sort of cut them. The easiest way to do this cutting is place them between two sort of wooden spoons and just cut. And then you won't cut the whole way through. Because if you cut the whole way through, it's ruined. Sort of, kinda. Want to get really bored? Try cutting up all these potatoes. So boring. Hopefully it's so good. And then you melt 50 mils of vegan butter. And as all good cooks, I'm doing it in the microwave. So now you're supposed to brush the potatoes with the melted butter and then dip them into breadcrumbs. See if I can do this in one take. That's one. Oh fuck. That's the way we do it. Look, gorgeous. This will happen to everyone. Ladies and lads, it is done, and I'm just waiting for the oven to hit the 200 mark, and then I'm going to start cooking. These are almost done. I would say so. People, I am about to put these motherfather flubber bubber into the really, really hot, fuck, this was heavy, oven. See you in 50 minutes, suckers. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Hasselbacks potatoes is done. I made some hummus, and the hummus was so darn good, and I can't remember what I put in it. I just threw things in it and sort of bzzz. So, these were supposed to be sort of meatballs, meatless balls, but I made patties instead. And now, let's see. Oh my God. This looks right fantastic. You should smell that smell. No, fragrance. I'm so hungry I could eat. So look how lovely and pink the red onion turned out to be. I don't know. They smell deliciously and I'm really hungry. Could you please tell me the word for hungry in French? Because je très, whatever that word is. Oh, yeah, and to make these patties, it was really easy. You just threw those buckwheat, the cooked buckwheat, black beans, and what else? Onion and some spices into a food processor. Turn it into mush, turn it into patties, and sort of fry them. Damn, that hummus is good. So people, it's the luckiest food I ever seen. It's lovely, really, really lovely. And it's vegan and made by me. I don't know the rest of the song, but I don't care. I will eat this in a minute.